Well, looky here. I'm out on a Greenway and I am on the Yamaha mountain bike, but it looks a little bit different. Well, to find out why and how I've turned this into my backup and part-time Greenway bike, stick around. Well, hello again, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. I am out in the Raleigh area today and we're doing a little bit of experimenting because I have turned my Yamaha bike into my backup bike for Michelle and I to go riding, and a part-time bike for that as well. I'm out with the lovely, talented, beautiful love of my life, Mrs. Southern Cycling. Say hello, darling.
I don't have to say hello. You just did it for me.
Okay, I did it for you.
And if you want to continue to throw accolades at me, feel free.
Okay. Let's go into the why I'm doing this first.
Because you're a smart husband.
I'm talking about the bike here, Michelle.
I know, go ahead.
Number one, it would be a backup if anything were to happen to my Bike Tricks bike. I sold the Trek bike. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but I did sell that bike, found somebody that kind of needed one, and I wasn't using it a whole lot, so I thought this is my second bike, and so I'll use it as my backup bike.
You had the potato chip problem going on.
Yeah, there you go. Couldn't stop at one.
Exactly.
But I also, as I'm feeling better and better with my health, I recognize that there's a lot of places that we might go on our little road trips that I would like to do some off-road riding, and Michelle says she'd like to, check some hiking right in the areas, and I can't really walk with my feet as well as she would need to check the areas that she wants. And so I can take this with me, but I had to have something that I could ride when we do ride together, because primarily our road trips are to be e-biking. That's the primary reason for them. So that's why I'm doing this. What did we do with it? Well, if we look at the front end right here, I dropped the phone mount on here. That's no big deal. I use that off-road. It's just a clamp-on thing. I also put a strobing headlight on it. I've got a bell on here, but I'm going to change that wimpy little bell sound that I got there. That one's probably going to get changed out. I changed all the grips so that I would have an end cap so that I can put a bar end mirror on the bike. And I can put it on there very easily when I am wanting to use it for this type of ride, and pop it right off and pop my end cap back on when I want to go off-road. I got the comfort grips on. I wasn't too sure about them, but they were the only grips I had that were new that wouldn't be a funky color, and had the end caps. But the big thing that I did was I put this top tube bag on it. And in order to do that, because of the way that the display is positioned here, I had to raise the handlebars. And I tried a handlebar, an adjustable stem. I didn't like that at all. And I'm not even sure if I could get one for a 35mm handlebar. And them 31s that I popped on here for a moment, it just didn't feel right on this bike. So I went back and I put, I think it's either 60 or 90mm riser on it. And I raised the handlebars up about 2.5 inches. I'm probably going to drop them back down about another 1/2 inch. So I'm thinking they're going to be raised 2 inches. And of course I put my top tube bag on there. We also put a smart tail light on it that shows when I'm braking. The handlebars, we changed the geometry a little bit on the bike. And I'm going to be honest with you. I hated it the first time I tried it out in the yard. I thought there's no way I'm going to keep this. I'm going back. I'll go out and buy a backup bike if I need a backup bike. I'm not going to do that. And I took it off-roading one day. And I have to tell you, how you doing? I was actually quite impressed with how well it ended up feeling. And so, hey, I'm keeping it in this setup. The nice thing about it is it does put me a little bit more upright. But the positive side of that is I can hop that front end easily over logs, rocks, roots, anything. It is a piece of cake to pop the front end over it. It was not as easy before because there was a pretty long chainstay on this bike. So that was a big plus. Another plus, well, I won't even stop for this, but you know, we'll throw it up to this camera up here. Just imagine, I'm gonna come to a stop here, Michelle.
Okay.
When I come to a stop, well, I can just drop right down, and now I can stand flat, more than flat-footed very easily. That dropper post, that's actually, I've used that. We live in kind of a flat area. I use that more when I'm out here on the greenways than I do when I'm off-road. I can tell you, man, it's a pretty cool feature. It's a good feature for a Greenway / commuter type bike. It's a great feature for that. What other pluses do we have? How you doing? I can tell you this falls under the plus and the minus. This will help you get into much better shape. There's no question about that.
And why does it make you get into better shape?
Because this is so much more like riding a regular bike with a little bit of assistance to it. It is nothing like riding an e-bike. It's really not. And that's not to say it's better or it's worse, but this is like riding a regular bicycle, and it provides you with some assistance. And that's a much different experience. Now, what else are we kind of still up in the air about? Well, the seat that I have on here, that's one of the things I'm checking out today. With that more upright position, I'm not sure how well that small seat is going to work out. I think I'm going to keep it. So far, the riding that I've done with it, you know, when I'm riding off-road, I stand up, I'm going to say at least 50% of the time. So I've never even had a second thought about my seat. But when I'm doing these type of rides, you're sitting down the vast majority of the time. So I'm not sure how that's working out, but I've rode it enough so far, it's working pretty good. Range, that's what we're checking right now. I can get easily 40 miles out of a single charge off-road very easily. I am thinking, I'm gonna turn my helmet down, honey. We probably got echo going through this video.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. We forgot to turn them down before we got started. Check out this beautiful greenway. Ain't no wonder I want to get out here and ride. I'm thinking I should be able to be pretty decent for 30 miles of this type of ride, because you're riding faster here than you are off-road. There's no question about that. So if I'm getting 40 miles off-road, I am thinking I should be pretty safe at 30 miles. I do have an extra battery. When I bought this bike, they had a promotion that you got a free battery, and it works, and it works well. So far today, I am down to 82, 83%. I've been 8.3 miles. That would lead us to believe we're going to be good for 40 miles. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I started out with it in auto, which goes between eco, standard, and high. But I flipped it up to high because I want to see the worst case scenario, and that was after about 2 or 3 miles. So we'll see how that pans out. Now, if you noticed in the shots it's showing me, I have my backpack on. I've got it loaded because I don't have enough room to carry a lot of stuff on this bike. And so on some of our rides, how you doing? I would be choosing to take a backpack with me. If I needed a second battery possibly, I guarantee I would take the backpack and put it in the backpack. But I'm checking out to see how that is. How you doing today? I'm checking out to see how well that feels today. And I just threw some weight into it. It's not quite as much as the backpack, but you know, a bunch of camera gear and stuff like that. Just checking it out. That's where we stand. Ironically enough, my Bike Tricks bike is down right now. And I'll let you know what has happened to it. Is it had a little bit of a squeak on it. And narrowed it down to the bottom bracket, and I checked everything that I could, and I went to try and grab my bottom bracket tool, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And so I thought, what the heck with that? I don't even feel like doing this. I was going through Raleigh anyway, so I threw it on the back, and I took it down to Trek Bikes in Holly Park in Raleigh. And they said, yeah, I told them, you know, it's an e-bike. And they said, that's not a problem, because we're not really working on the e-bike stuff. I said, well, there's a torque sensor associated with this. I'm not sure how, because I've not taken this one apart yet. And they said, that's no problem. And they took it apart and they greased it up, told me it was done. They didn't hear anything, and I went back and I tried it out right there in the parking lot. And the bottom bracket, or the pedal assist, wasn't working anymore. And it went out. So I went back in and told them and showed them, and I got to tell you, man, my hat's off to them, because they said, let's take it apart and see what's going on with it. When they took it apart, they found they had made a mistake with it when they put it back together, and they crunched the wire. And so they ordered me a brand new bottom bracket, and they did that at their expense. And I called him back. I said, look, just go ahead and splice that wire together, because there's nothing wrong with the bottom bracket. Put it back in. He said, well, no, the wire that got messed up was integrated into the bottom bracket. So they purchased that at no problem. Did not give any kind of hassle to me of, well, we told you we don't work on e-bikes. You know, we made that very clear at the beginning. It did have that sensor connected to it, and they realized they made a little mistake on there, but they owned up to it. Man, my hat goes off to them. I need to go out there and get another Trek bike, Michelle. Time for me to go buy another bicycle. I'm thinking about another Kawasaki too, but.
Yeah.
Okay, but.
Remember all those compliments you were giving me earlier in the video? You better start slobbing them on there.
I got you. All right, I think that's going to do it. You know, that's why I'm out here with this, and mainly because I'd like to do it. But it will. Now that I'm feeling better, I kind of like this idea of having to work a little harder at it, not cutting down. Like I said, a lot of people will say, well, just cut down your pedal assist on your Bike Tricks bike and you'll get a workout. It's not the same, I promise you. And go out and ride a, see, I don't want to say a quality, because that indicates that these other bikes are not quality. And it's not that they're not quality, but they're different. It's a whole lot different. Get out there and ride one of them and see what the difference is. Some people would probably say, oh, they're nowhere near as good. I look at it this way. They're much, much, much more natural, is the way that I can look at it. So, how you doing today? Yeah, the only thing left to do on it is put a better bell on this thing and decide if I want to keep these comfort grips or set them back for regular standard grips. Got my mirror that I can pop on and off anytime I want. Well, we just got back and we are at 18.7 miles. 58% of my battery left. So according to those figures, I'll be easily over 45 miles. Majority of our rides when we go out are less than that. So I won't have to carry a backpack with me. How's the seat? Worked out. It's actually done pretty well. But I wouldn't want to go over about 25 miles with the seat. But the nice thing is, with this bike and that dropper post on there, I can change the seat out like that and adjust it to exactly the pitch that I want very, very easily. So, yeah, there's that. That's going to do it from right here in North Carolina. This is Southern Cycling and Beyond, and the beautiful, the talented, the wonderful love of my life.
Keep going, keep going.
Mrs. Southern Cycling and Beyond. What are we telling them, darling?
Stay safe.
God bless. And keep it natural.
If you want that Kawasaki, you better give me some more compliments.
Oh! Hey, keep the wheels rolling. Once again.
We're out.
Are out.